Do do do. Whoop whoop. Okay. Excuse me. Welcome everybody. I was hoping to have a few people online to play some multiplayer tonight, do something a little bit different, but I don't know what the heck's going on. Hang on here. I have no clue what's going on, to be completely honest. If anybody's even going to be able to jump in here and play, or if I should just say screw it and go ahead and stream the next 2 hours with the Nation of McGruber. Decisions. I'll give it just a couple minutes here. I'm going to read some stuff for a second. Let's see here. Okay. Construct a complete scientist from curators to start. Okay. Alright, I'm not too sure what's going on. Okay, I guess that's not happening. Let's just go back to our stream game with the Nation of McGruber. I've already wasted a good 3-4 minutes, yeah? Oops, I hope I loaded the right frickin' thingamajigger. Whoopsie! Okay. Alright, we're still live, yes. Okay, good. The League of Non-Aligned Powers voted to kick the Tial Authority from the Federation. Sucks to be those guys. Alright, well... I wonder if we can invite the Fallen Empires into a Federation, just to see. No, invite to Federation. They must be at peace. Absolutely not. And how about these guys? They must be at peace. Belligerent. Well, that's depressing. Arrogant. We can offer to sign their proposed galactic peace treaty. If they accept, they will protect us, but we will be unable to conduct independent diplomacy and wage wars. We will also be required to ban slavery and purging. Whatever. Nothing we really want to do right now, obviously. Okay. Well, let's see what's happening here. What's going on with my Twitch app? I'm trying to get my Twitch app going on my phone here. Alright, so yeah, Prethoryn Scourge, they're here. They're beating up everybody because we were too busy beating up each other just prior to their arrival. So stuff went to hell in a handbasket. pretty quickly. We're by ourselves. We're no longer part of the League of Non-Aligned Powers, if you watched the previous episode. So we're terraforming a few planets for future colonization. Hopefully we can get a new core sector system going on here. We've got 2 planets in Termana that we could colonize. There's 2 in there that are decent sized. We've got 3 in Edasich. 2 are kind of small and poopy size, but one's pretty decent size. Where else did we do? Canis. We've got a single good-sized planet there. There's also Scat. Only one crappy-sized planet there, though. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got... I think that's about it. If I recall correctly, there weren't really any other systems with decent-sized planets, nothing worth terraforming or colonizing in the future. Oh, well, okay, I lied. Here is a 25-tile continental world. Let's see. There's nothing special on it. No Betharian stone, no Xenozoo. That's unfortunate. But let's go ahead and terraform it. So we need a desert world. This will take 1,800 days. Cost a boatload of energy. Not really, but you know what I mean. How long for this? 7,300 days for a Gaia world, so let's not bother with that. Desert world. There we go. Okay. And still got our single attack fleet right here in the Arimadan system. Just kind of sitting, chilling. I don't think we're at war with anybody right now anymore, thankfully. Nope, and we're obviously not in the Federation anymore. Okay, so we are going to... what's going on? Activity feed. I don't care about the activity feed. I need to see... Welcome to the chat room. See if anything's going on here. Alright. So, yeah, we're just building up our forces right now. I think we still have some battle cruisers on the way. Battleships, excuse me. Yes, we do. We got another 4 being built. We're quite a ways off from hitting our, what's it called? Fleet capacity. Naval capacity, excuse me. Quite a ways away from that, so we could still build a few more battleships. Just not a significant amount. Also, Borbo system. We should be almost done our Dyson sphere, right? Oh, right. 2,000 days still. Never mind. That's a ways away. All right, let's just... oops. Didn't mean to repause. All right, let's just let this continue. Now, it's at this point in the game where things really start to slow down because vassalization request. They have given up their federation. Okay. Great Kundan Coalition vassalized the Tial Authority. All right, that's fine. So anyways, like I was saying, the game's getting really slow at this point because this is the stage of the game where there's so many things going on. I'll give you an example. Let's just go ahead and take a look at our home planet of MacGruber in the MacGyver system. Is this thing even working? This is new. Strange. What is happening here? Starting to think this new Twitch app kind of sucks. Or updated Twitch app kind of sucks, I should say, hey? Oop. Oh well, whatever. Anyways. So, the reason why the game slows down at these late points in the game... I'm not going to be watching chat, apparently. Sorry, folks. So if you're talkative in chat, I apologize. Each and every single pop or population that you have on a tile... especially a tile that is generating some kind of resources. The game, every day in the game, and also every month, the game runs a calculation, and that calculation is how much is this pop producing. Ooh, there, our next batch of battleships is done. So Well, if you look at the tile itself, it says that the mining network 5 should be producing 8 minerals, but we're generating 19.92. And the reason for that is because the mining network 5 is generating 8. We're getting +3 from the adjacent Empire Capital Complex. We're getting +1 from the adjacent mineral silo. Plus we're getting all the different little bonuses. So it's calculating the amount that is being generated on a monthly basis. It's calculating the exact total with all those bonuses, with all those adjacent bonuses, etc., etc. And then at on the first day of the month, which is when resources you're generating appear, that tends to cause a significant performance spike, especially in the late games on the console version, because it runs all those calculations for all these different little pops to tally up all those minerals and energy credits and science and all that jazz. And it runs all those little calculations on every tile that has a pop to generate those resources. On top of also how many resources each tile is generating. So if you think about it, there are essentially 16 calculations being run monthly off of this planet. Well, I guess 15 because this tile's not doing anything aside from giving adjacent bonuses. But also every day it's running at least one calculation per tile. I can't remember if the building itself plus the bonus is each an individual calculation. I don't think it is. But it's essentially, you know, running those calculations. How much is that pop collecting every month? It runs those every day, and then every month that pops up, it goes, okay, this pop is collecting this much, this pop is collecting this much, this pop is collecting this much, and it calculates all of those individually and then adds them up to your total. So that's why there's a big performance spike, and there's usually a big there's a big delay at the beginning of the month, every month in the very late stages of the game, and that's why. What the heck is this guy doing? The sixth stellar cluster. The sixth stellar cluster is moving to the Etzkeron system. Where is that? I don't even know. I've got a feeling it's up here in Valdari space, and that's why they're cutting through my neck of the woods here. Very interesting. Let's see, we've got Prethoryn troop transports. Is that what these are? No, I don't. Oh, yeah, they are. Yep, little pseudo troop transport kind of things. And it looks like there's a construction ship down here building military stations. Yep, Prethoryn swarm. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Basically laying claim to that part of the Valdaria Mediator's space. Alright. And on top, I forgot to mention, on top of those calculations, it's also running calculations for the things that accrue over time. Like unity and the 3 different sciences. It's also running the calculations for how long before you complete your next technology, your next tradition, blah, blah, blah. All that good stuff.
Research complete.
Here we go. That was administrative efficiency. Good. We don't need the Ministry of Benevolence because it produces a bunch of unity and increases governing ethics attraction throughout the Empire and reduces unrest. The unrest reduction is kind of nice, but whatever. Don't care. Don't need it. Let's do... Let's do proclamation broadcasts again. That'll be a long technology to research. But hopefully we get another... another administrative efficiency pop up so that we can get another core sector system. Okay. All right. So, let's do a little bit of math in our heads. So in the Termana system, we have 2 planets, decent size. We have a 20-tile Arctic world and a 15-tile Alpine world. They're both being terraformed right now. So that'll give us 35 tiles total out of only 2 planets. Research so complete. The extra technology cost won't be too significant. Synth leaders, don't really care for that. Let's see. We could use high-density munitions. Kinetic weapon damage would be kind of nice. And then we've also got... What was the other one? Not that one. Definitely not that one. Was it Canis? Nope. That's a... there we go. Okay, so now we've got the 3... Oh yeah, we got these 3 worlds in the Pollux system. 20, 16, and 13 tiles. How did I miss this earlier? I feel a little silly now. Okay, which one has the 20 tiles? Not this one. This one has the 16 tiles. So, no, this one must be the 20 tile one. Yep, it sure is. Okay, nothing special there. I could have sworn one of these had Prethoryn stone. Oh no, this one has an alien toy factory, so that's not too bad. Pretty decent amount of society and engineering research generation from a single building. Okay, so we're going to queue up colonization of Pollux 3. What's the nearest colony? Our capital world. MacGyver. Perfect. Okay, so colony ship from here. Let's put it... The main things we need to try and improve are the sciences and mineral generation. Our energy is largely okay for the time being. We'll still probably want to worry about that to a degree, so that we don't run in the negative in the future. Let's put this here, and we'll call it Pollux Alpha. Those of you dropping in and checking out the stream, thanks very much for coming by. Don't know what the deal is with the phone app, but it's not really letting me follow along in chat. So if you are being talkative, I apologize. I'm not really paying attention to that right now. Actually, I should say I am straight up not paying attention to it, period. The Hanmer Enlightened Kingdom declared war on the Savix Caste Reclaimers. Really? 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 This is the late stages of the game that I personally find kind of annoying. You've got an endgame crisis on everybody's doorstep, threatening to beat everybody up, and yet it's just like, you know what, I don't like you. I'm going to go to war with you now that you're a weakling. Now that the Prethoryn Scourge has annihilated your fleets, I'm going to take over your worlds. You know, we've got more important things to worry about. But hey, that's AI for you. Oh well, what can you do? Let's see. I also think the Idasich, what's it called? The Idasich system would still be better to colonize than Termana anytime soon, because they have 3 planets as well, and even though 2 of the planets are smaller than the ones in Termana, over the total number of buildings that we could get to produce stuff, like the total number of tiles is higher. It's a bigger hit though in terms of because it's 3 planets. It's a bigger hit in the technology costs for researching new stuff. Do we have the curators assisting us with research right now? Better double check that. It's been a while since we've checked that out. So we've lost a curator enclave already. Can you aid us in our research? They're already doing it. Okay. That's perfectly fine. We've got 20,000 minerals stored up, so might want to also think about another mega structure once this one's done. 1,400 days. More ships we definitely need. Absolutely. Our second Void Skulkers, we're showing 105,000 fleet power. We should be able to take on a Prethoryn fleet, no problem. Okay, so moving our fleet off of the spaceport. We still are in the green in terms of energy, and way in the green in terms of minerals as well. What other... We can't build a ring world. I know we can't build a ring world because we don't have that. So that leaves us Science Nexus or Dyson Sphere. I think if we were to do another mega structure, we should do a Science Nexus. Or, sorry, Science Nexus or Sentry Array. Doi. We already have a Dyson Sphere. Moby, you stupid. You don't know how to play Stellaris. You don't even know the difference between the mega structures.
Construction complete.
What do we got done here? Okay, colony ship is en route to Pollux Alpha. And I don't really want to... what's the word I'm looking for? I don't really want to colonize all 3 worlds simultaneously here. Let's take a look-see. I need to take a look at our species on MacGruber. So they have the erudite and the fertile traits, and they're also natural engineers. Okay, so the colonists going to Pollux Alpha, they already have an increased growth speed trait, which is good. That's what we want. So we're not going to do anything to the MacGyver planet. Let's take a look at some of our other worlds. I think we could get rid of stuff like fertile and put on some different traits. So Baggio Prime, here's what we can do. Oh, hang on, gotta go to people. Why do I have 2 different types of... Oh, right, because... Yeah. Let's take a look-see. These guys, let's modify. And then, where is it? Baggio Prime. Boop. And, okay, so fertile doesn't just increase growth speed, it also increases happiness. So if we get rid of that, that gives us 2 trait picks, but 4 trait points. So we can maintain happiness with the communal trait, which will increase happiness by 5% still. And we can also do... What's on... Oh, shoot, I forgot to look at the buildings on Baggio Prime. Duh. Thrifty or industrious for increased energy credits and or minerals. Let's take a look-see here. Baggio Prime. We've got a little bit of everything. So we might even be able to get rid of communal. What that would require, though, is getting rid of the deviance trait. Or, sorry. Yes, it would. Yeah. Okay, I think that's what we'll do. Okay, so the Newt species, modify, Baggio Prime, take off fertile and deviance, even though we're really trying to get rid of that pacifist thing. So we're going to do communal, and I guess we can't take off deviance, can we? That's unfortunate. Okay. Lose that. So we'll do... Hell, we can do thrifty and industrious. What the heck am I looking at? Thrifty and industrious. Increase both our minerals and energy credits production by 15%. You know what? We could also... We could get rid of... We could get rid of thrifty and go with strong as well. Another 5% mineral production bonus. But you know what? I like this the way it is. We're taking off the communal bonus. And there we go. Modify the newt species. This will only take 90 days. So it will slow down our society research, unfortunately. But, you know, small sacrifices. Man, I really hate that noise when you zoom in too far. That noise that you hear. Anyways, so they're already erudite. They're natural engineers. This is more of a science world. We got a lot of science coming out of here. I shouldn't have done thrifty. I shouldn't have done thrifty. No, that was a bad idea. We're going to cancel that. Okay. Since we're only generating 20 energy on the planet, I don't think it's very wise to do thrifty. Nah, screw it. Screw it. We'll do that. That's the way we'll do it, I think. Since this is a world that is actually generating an okay amount of science, especially in engineering, what I should have just done is add... Oh wait, we can't do natural physicists and sociologists. Right. We can't add any more traits to improve science. Stop trying to think of stupid stuff you can't do, Moby. No, I think this will be an okay change. We'll see how this changes once the species modification is done. So we're generating 20 energy and 111 minerals. So 241008. We'll take a look. As soon as it says species modified, we can check out the difference it made on this planet. I don't think it'll be too much, but if we do this on several worlds, which we can definitely get away with, then I think we'll see a moderate improvement throughout the Empire. Are you colonizing yet? Geez, this guy's taking forever. That would be why our colony ships are extremely poopy. Never upgraded them. Huh. Okay, species should be modified right about now.
Species modified.
Alright, let's go take a look. So we jumped up to 26 energy credits being generated and 120 minerals being generated as well. So not a significant improvement overall, but it's still an improvement. And if we do that to... well, that's about 9 points. If we did that to not even 10 worlds, we could still get... moderate improvements, like about plus 50 of each, both additional energy and minerals being generated throughout our entire empire. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm pretty sure the ones where we already did this to the ones where they had poor mineral generation, like Baggio Prime. Yeah, we already did this. We've already got thrifty and whatnot here. So that's fine. Let's find some other worlds that we have a mix. I think Arimedon Prime is another one, unless this one has poor minerals as well. Oh, this one, there's still guys growing here, for cripe's sake. Okay, what else can we generate? We're losing a lot of energy on this planet. But I don't care. We're still in the positive for energy generation throughout the Empire. What ship will we build on our last two? How fast is this growing? 1.93 per month. Holy crap. Let's build... No point in doing these ones. Probably just some science labs, eh? Yeah, probably. I think we'll just do a couple more science labs. Yeah. And then we can change Arimedon core. Since it has almost no power plants, we can change Arimedon core to make them erudite, natural engineers, industrious, and strong. To further improve those minerals coming in by an okay amount. They're already generating 105. But we have to wait until all the pops are done growing. So let's just start with the basic science labs for now. Okay, so Arimedon core, not the place to check that out. Latium Prime. What do we got here? A little bit of everything going on. And they have all their pops grown, so we can take off the fertile trait and change it to something else, or two other things even. Their happiness is quite high, though, so they're going to lose that 5%. The It might take a hit in the generation of everything if we lose that happiness bonus. So, we'll probably have to leave that in. Now, Latium Prime, let's take a look-see. Where are you? There you are, Latium Prime. So take off fertile, and instead we do... Oh, geez, I probably should have looked at what we needed to change it to, yeah? Okay, so we got quite a few power plants generating some positive energy. Sounds so goofy when I say it like that. Generating positive energy? We're all about those positive vibes, folks. Here in the Newtonian Empire, where we are ridiculously xenophobic, we're all about that positive energy. Only good vibes here. We totally won't enslave you if you come onto one of our worlds. We don't have a lot of we don't have a lot of minerals on this planet, though. So I wonder. Or I should say, a lot of mineral buildings is what I'm getting at. All right, so let's go ahead. Latium Prime, remove fertile. And what does that leave us? We need erudite, obviously. Natural engineers, we're going to keep that. Let's do... let's stick with industrious. And we'll do communal. Can we remove that? Nope, nope, that's a bad idea. So, fertile. Industrious. And communal. Okay, so this will maintain the happiness, so we don't lose out on a couple small points of science generation on this planet, which wouldn't be much, but still losing out on the current science generation, not good. Don't want to do. And then we also get industrious for plus 15% additional mineral generation. Let's go ahead and modify. This will take 3 months. No problem. Now then, let's move on to the next planet. Baggio Prime. I don't think you are done growing yet. Nope, you are not. Okay, what do we got here? We should probably build more mining networks. But you know what? F that. We got a whole new system with 3 new worlds on it, so we're going to do science labs here as well. Whoop. Okay, back to the Pollux system. Still colonizing. This will be a while. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about on our older colonies. I'm not going to worry about doing more mineral structures because we have a system with 3 new worlds, all of which have tiles with latent mineral production on them. And ooh, this one will be pretty good for mineral generation. Look at this. Might just specialize that planet for only minerals, as a matter of fact. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty neat idea. The Pollux Alpha could have a little bit more energy. Okay, so Latium Prime is now modified. Good, good, good. Let's take a look at Yandu's Prime. Okay, that's one of the ones with the crappy mineral generation. That's fine. Terraforming done in the Termana system. Okay, good. So now we have two more colonizable candidates. A 23 tile tomb world. Can we terraform tomb worlds yet? Let's find out. Oh, not this one. Although this one would be pretty nice to terraform. It's got Betharian stone.
Construction complete.
Alright, let's see. Terraform, desert world. And then this one over here also going to terraform into
Colony
a
established. Research
desert
complete.
world. There we go. Okay, I think that's going to be it for now. I think we're going to jump in some multiplayer in just a sec here. Upgrade. What do we want? Engineering facility? I think so. Engineering and then engineering. We'll do that. Just hang on a second. And we don't need the curator exploration lab. F that. What we need is focusing arrays 3. There we go. Okay, I'm going to save this game. Newt stream game. Boop. Boop. There we go. One and done. Alright, and we're going to jump into some multiplayer first. So, those of you that watch this on YouTube, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more Stellaris Console Edition content. Feel free to check out my other 2 playlists, blah, 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 blah. All that good stuff. Links in the description below for the Discord channel, Twitch channel, Twitter feed. Follow me there. Good way to keep in touch with me. What's happening? Mobius Y here again with some more Stellaris Console Edition. And it's Friday! Woo! Weekly stream. It's not often I do Stellaris Console on Fridays, but yeah, let's do this. Just making my posts. Oops. I can't spell my own frickin' alias, apparently. There we go. And done. Alright. Just had to post to the Twitters and the Discord. By the way, if you are not following me on Twitter or you are not a part of the Discord channel, check the links in the description below if you are watching this on YouTube, as those are always posted there, and you want to join in the discussion in the Discord with some other Stellaris Console Edition players, feel free to drop in. We'll talk about stuff. You can ask questions, maybe get ideas from other people, whatever tickles your fancy. That sounded a lot dirtier than I wanted it to. And yeah, of course there's a whole bunch of other stuff you could talk about while you're there too, if you are so inclined. Okay. Let's see. Why can't I? This is really annoying. Sorry, I'm looking at the social. That's not it. Why is this so much more painful to use on the phone now? I don't understand. Oy. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the latest update to the Twitch app on phones. Not a fan at all. Oh well. Whole lot of nothing. I don't even know if this is... Is that current chat? Is XTK 421, excuse me, currently attempting to converse with me? I'll be honest, I don't really know. Okay. Just checking. I can't tell what's going on. I must be... I think I'm watching, quote-unquote, watching an older video off of my phone. Oh, here we go. What we would have got? Oh, is this work? Oh, hey, look at that. Ah, look. Back to the way it was now. That was an effort. Okay. So we were messing around with some genetic tailoring last night. Lower the shield on... Where is this? Oh, way over there. Nah, not going to worry about it. Scourge to the void. Prethoryn squashed by others. Ooh, 1105. We're really not helping out very much. Okay, so yeah, last night we only dipped in here for a little bit. But when I go around to editing, I'm actually going to put that half hour or so before tonight's stream. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you probably already saw it. And you're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, ignore me. Let's see. Let's take a look at how much tailoring can we do on a couple more planets, hey? Don't really... Been watching your vids all day long. Wow. That's, that is a very inefficient use of your time. I'm just kidding. I appreciate it. Let's see. Facts Secundus. What do we got coming out here? This is all energy. So we can... Okay, we'll gene tailor Facts Secundus next. So here's what we do. We go to people, species, and this one... Modify, and where is it? Facts Secundus, there we go. So we are going to get rid of erudite. Do we need to get rid of erudite? I should have double checked that. No, they're producing an okay amount of science, so we want to keep them erudite, definitely. Okay, let's go back to where we were. Where was it? Facts Secundus already selected, so we keep them erudite and natural engineers, absolutely. Take off the fertile, let's make them thrifty. And give them the communal trait so that their happiness bonus stays intact. Man, no I take it that means no one has content on console. Stellaris, it's all PC and 3 years ahead of us console players. Not quite 3 years, but yeah, a few years.
Situation log update.
It is, I'll admit, it is frustrating trying to find stuff from, you know, the enlightened PC race players, just because they know they've had more experience than myself and whatnot, so that I can research certain topics and stuff like that. It is fairly difficult trying to find stuff, because a lot of the relevant topics for us on console was covered. You're not off by much. You know, anywhere between 2 to 3 years ago is when a lot of more relevant console stuff was coming out. Kind of worded that poorly. More relevant topics that pertain to us on console. There we go. Oh, rivalry ended between the Valdari Mediators and the Great Kundan Coalition. That's going to change any second now, probably. Oh, look at that. They're taking over. Here's the Scourge. Yeah, Utopia was a 2 year ago drop. Yep. Okay. Inactive buildings. That would be these science labs, because I just said screw it, build them, which is fine. I will admit, though, I don't consider myself an expert on Stellaris or Stellaris Console by extension. I just try to figure things out as easily as I can, as fast as I can, and try to ease the process for other people. I like making stuff to help players who have difficulty figuring things out on their own, because in this game in particular, it's a lot of stuff being thrown at you. Oh, what do we got? Rivalry ended, and look at that! There's a rivalry between the Valdari Mediators and Great Kundan Coalition again. This is my surprised face.
Species modified.
Species modified. Okay, so that was Facts Secundus. Let's take a look at some of the other planets. Factception. We have... Why do we have almost no science being generated here? It's still generating science somehow. I just don't know what from. Oh, there we go. We have a physics lab. And there's got to be something else. Oh, there it is. Why do we still have this frontier hospital? We don't really need it. We don't need the additional Unity generation. I could change this into a science lab of some sort. Maybe another physics lab or something like that. Yeah, we could totally change this up too. There's not much science coming from here, so factception here is what we'll do for gene tailoring this. We'll go modify. Where is it? Factception. There we go. Okay, so we're taking off the fertile trait, and then we are going to add thrifty and industrious, because we're getting an okay amount of what's it called? energy credits and minerals off that planet. We're losing out on the 5% happiness bonus with these two traits, though. But, you know, small price to pay.
Updated.
Okay, 4 months. Oh, we chose a weird time for this then. If it's taking 4 months, that's very strange. Yeah, it's slow go till the pirates attack, then it all picks up, and Utopia is a game changer for the best on console. Yeah, no, Utopia is great. Yeah, I think it's a fantastic edition. Like I did in a video from a while ago where I covered Ascension perks and whatnot, it actually makes rushing traditions a lot more viable because you're also picking up Ascension perks. Unfortunately, there are some pretty bad Ascension perks there too, like this one Vision. The only reason you want to pick this is if you're still trying to rush Unity generation, but once you finish all the traditions and you get all your Ascension perks like we have here, this one Vision trait is worthless. It's in fact hindering us because it's generating another plus 30% governing ethics attraction. And I want us to not have that because I want to get rid of this fanatic pacifism. We need to develop a little more militarism, I want to say. Okay, so while we're doing all this gene tailoring, we've still got Pollux Alpha growing some pops. Frontier Clinic right here. I almost was like, oh, where do I put the Autochthon Monument? Then I remembered, oh right, I don't need that. Utopia was definitely a good addition. Apocalypse will be a fantastic addition if we get it. But honestly, at this point, I would really like humanoids, because I like the look of the ships from the humanoids pack. What else can we build? Don't care for the visitor center. Don't need that. There isn't really anything else we can build on Pollux Alpha. Do we need to worry about food? No, we've got plus 86. So, we will simply work towards... we can put this guy here and we'll do a basic science lab. Basic science labs are, I think, out of all these buildings that you can construct on a new colony when you still have the reassembled ship shelter, so this is with your first 5 pops. I still say that a basic science lab is the best thing you can build. Aside from the obvious, like the Autochthon Monument and the Frontier Clinic and all that stuff that is essential on pretty much every planet, I think the basic science lab is the way to go if you're just looking for a couple other buildings to make your first few pops productive. And the reason for that is because even after you get the planetary capital and whatnot, the first stage of your science labs is still the basic science lab, so you're still building that. It has the same amount of production in its basic form as it is with building it later on. Whereas with these, for example, a basic power plant, if we put it on this tile here in the bottom right, a basic power plant generates 2 energy. But a power plant grade 1 generates 3. So you have to spend more minerals to upgrade those power plants in order to get the base grade 1 productivity out of that one building, which I don't really like. So that's 100% my opinion. Feel free to disagree. My feelings won't be hurt. Another okay one to build is a mineral silo. Just, you know, so that it's there once you start building your mining networks. Oh, wait, what are the planet modifiers again? Oh, yeah, reduced habitability and growth speed and food. So we don't need to worry about food. We're still gonna do a paradise dome on one of these. Oops, on one of these tiles with food. Or actually, this one down here, because the paradise dome still gives us that happiness bonus, which will improve productivity across the board on this planet, which we do want. Productivity is good. Okay, what did we finish? Baggio Prime has completed its construction queue. So this guy, we're going to do a physics lab here, and then these other 2 are going to be engineering facilities. And then the other one is Arimadon Core. We've got 2 engineering facilities. There we go. How do you make a fortress? I'm not too sure what you're asking. You'll have to be a little more specific. Do you mean the military station? I'm guessing you mean the military station, like these ones that I have in the Eurymedon system. Like this is here as a fortress. Let me find a here we go. So to make a fortress or any defensive military platform, as a matter of fact, you have to take your construction ship and you move it. You move the cursor in the middle of the screen over any empty space in the system. Press the A button and you go build military station, and then you select which kind of military station you can construct. Now we have defense platforms, defense stations, and fortresses. Now the reason why we have two types of fortress is because we have two variants. Because you can go into the ship designer, and at the very bottom of the list of ships that you can custom tailor and design and construct is, of course, your military stations that you can design and customize how you want them to work. So we have two types of fortresses. One has a bunch of medium weapons, a couple phase disruptors and plasma cannons and some flak. And then the other one is nothing but a bunch of heavy station sections with kinetic batteries. And these never got upgraded. Very interesting. Okay, so we're going to change that. 0-point reactor, 0-point reactor. So kinetic artillery is what we want, not kinetic battery. This means I'm going to have to go around and upgrade all of the military stations we have already built. But that's essentially how you build any military station. And while you're customizing it, don't forget the different, what's it called? The components up here in the top left. You've got your sensors, which ships have as well. But you've also got your different military station types of components. So there's the beneficial ones, like the nanobot cloud, which increases monthly hull regeneration on nearby allied ships. There's also capacitor shields, which increases friendly monthly shield regeneration by 20%. And then there's the ones that affect enemies. The proximity mine is one that you will start with. I do believe this is a starting technology. The nanobot cloud and capacitor fields, I do believe, have to be researched down the road. The proximity mine, you start with that. The subspace snare, what the proximity mines do is there is a chance that enemy ships within the field will take a small amount of damage each day, and it ignores 75% of armor. This damage can be dodged, but if you want just a little bit extra DPS, it's a very small amount, because it has a very low chance and it's a very small amount of tick damage. But it's extra DPS if you want to squeeze a little more out of your military station. The subspace snare drastically increases the time it takes for enemy ships to escape. Hence their higher jump charge time, their much slower sublight speed, and the cooldown on their emergency FTL jump cooldown, which is the rapid retreat when your fleet is engaged in battle and you can't. And the only option you have is retreat. That's the emergency FTL jump. And the subspace snare, what happens as well is when an enemy fleet warps into that system, they appear right next to the military station that has the subspace snare. The quantum destabilizer is a pretty good one because it decreases the fire rate of nearby hostile ships by 15%. So that's a pretty good one. And the shield dampener is pretty effective against enemy empires that rely heavily on their shields. Coupled with anti-shield weapons, this can really help shred those. It reduces their shield hit points by -25% and their monthly regeneration by -5%. So pretty interesting designs that you can come up with on your military stations. So we need to save that upgrade. We need to save that design because we upgraded the main weapons from kinetic batteries to kinetic artillery. So we need to select each and every single one of these stations. Upgrade. This is going to be a tedious process, let me tell you. Jeez. Upgrade. So yeah, I hope that answered your question there, Stang. Just let me know in chat if you'll be able to use that. Okay, thanks for going over that. I appreciate it. Hey, no problem, dude. I do like being asked questions in this stream. I think other people who strictly look for stuff on YouTube and try to find like 10, 15-minute how-to videos on YouTube and stuff like that, I think they would appreciate more if I just made quick little videos on this kind of stuff. But I have no problem with going over it in stream and going over it live. The people who actually watch the stream videos that I upload will also glean this exact same information. Oh yeah, I forgot that happened here. We had a subspace snare in this system, and it yanked in a fallen empire, an enemy fallen empire's fleet, and they destroyed it, and then they just left the system without destroying anything else. I think. Or did we just dismantle that? I can't remember. So ideally, I really should dismantle all of these military stations in the system and then rebuild the one that we lost, but F that. This is already tedious enough as it is, just upgrading all these little stations. 75 minerals just to upgrade 4 guns. That's, or sorry, not 4 guns, 8. A live upload has a ton of info, more than a few minute clip. It depends. Let's see, where's another one where we have a military station? Menchib. Don't need to upgrade that one, it's the ones on the edge. Okay, this one, and this one. This one. I wonder if we're going to get a whole bunch of alerts at the bottom there in the screen at the bottom. The little what do you call that? I forget what it's called. The thing at the bottom there where something happens, blah blah blah. Anyways, I wonder if when all these stations are upgraded, it's going to be like we're going to have a whole bunch of little alerts at the bottom. That'll actually be kind of funny. Alright, and lastly, Confarum. Yep, gotta upgrade these ones. And then 3, 4, 5, and 6. I don't disagree one bit. I have watched all of his YouTube content, but there's so much to learn in this game. Yeah, I don't disagree, dude. I myself still learn stuff as I go. Always trying to get better. Audacity. Right, that's going to be our next... That's going to be the next system that we colonize, because it has 3 planets. How do you know what weapons to use in your fleet? Yeah, well, you have to know what enemies you're going against. Pretty sure I talked about this previously, but you have to know what enemies you're going against. In this case, since the major threat to the galaxy is the Prethoryn Scourge, they have no shields, so we don't need anti-shield weapons. What we want is weapons that are anti-armor, or that penetrate armor, or that ignore armor. So in this case, Tachyon lances ignore 90% of armor. Plasma weapons ignore a big percentage of armor as well. Large plasma cannons ignore 90%, medium plasmas 80%, and I believe small plasma cannons ignore 60%. So that's pretty good. The Prethoryn Scourge also uses pretty decent amount of missiles, their own kind of missiles and torpedoes, and strike craft. So flak artillery, or I should just say flak cannons and point defense come in very handy against the Prethoryn Scourge. Since we're building a battleship-only fleet, we're just sticking some flak artillery on the ass end of the ships, and that should shoot down most, if not all, incoming missiles and a great deal of strike craft very easily. It's the same thing with all of our other ships. Our cruiser design, we've got nothing but plasma cannons and another flak artillery. Same thing with our destroyer, a plasma cannon, flak artillery. And then our corvettes actually have the small cutting laser, which you get from the drones. The automated mining drones, because they ignore 100% of armor, so all of their damage goes directly to hull hit points, and that's extremely useful. There are ways to investigate the kind of weapons that enemy fleets are using, in that you can't do this on things like fallen empires or anything like that, so that is a little tricky. But for example, when there's a combat situation going on with another empire in the fleet, you can actually take a look at their individual ship designs to see what it is that they are using, what kind of weapons they have, what kind of defenses they have, and that determines how you build your ships too, if you are going to go to war against those people. Okay, so what are we doing here? Did you play as a United Nation of Man because it apparently has a special quest line? No, I've actually never played as the United Nations of Man. I know what happens for the most part, or well, not specifically. I know a couple little things that come up when you play as the UNE, but not everything. I just figure out the droid megacore an hour before I watch Mobius vid. I went back and fixed a few skills and perks I was missing. What's this one? Oh, don't need to worry about that. Okay, so Pollux Alpha still... Oh, there we go. Another species modification done. So what was that? Factception? And then let's take a look at Factually. And this is outputting energy and science. So what we're going to do on Factually is modify it. Where is that? There it is. Factually. Take off fertile. We'll make them thrifty for the increased energy credits, and we will also do communal for the happiness.
Situation log.
So modify, and then this will take 2 months because there's not a lot of pops on that planet. So this will be a quick one. Now, and you can see in the top left, our energy generation has actually gone up a little bit over time as we're doing this. Not by a huge amount, but, you know, by a little bit, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty sure last night we were only doing about 270, 280. So we've jumped it up by about 20 or 30 points just by messing around like this. I am perfectly okay with that.
Species modified.
Species modified. Okay, we're still waiting on this Dyson sphere to finish too. Yeah, we should... I think we'll do a science nexus next. That'll be another 225 in, points of science in all three types. Once that's done, we're saving up a lot of minerals. So you know what we'll do is let's build some battleships. We don't want to do it in the fact system because that's like super far away. Kaiser, no, we don't want to do it there either. So let's start at Epsilon Indy. Let's do 1 battleship, Latium, 2 battleships, Yandus, no, Menship, 3 battleship, Kentarum, 4 battleship, Arimadon Core, 5, and Baggio, 6. 6 more battleships on the way, that's fine. Our naval capacity, oh, that reminds me, holy crap, I can't believe I forgot. We need spaceports. That will increase our naval capacity even further. Do want. Okay, and peace festivals plus 30% food. Yeah, I don't need that. Okay, what's going on here? Arimadon Core is done constructing these engineering facilities, so let's upgrade them. That should be the last upgrade for those engineering facilities, and then that should be it for that planet. Baggio Prime should be just about finishing up. Kentarum Central, you're done. You're doing a lot of minerals. I mean, there's some power plants so that we're not going in the red on energy on this planet, but not much. Still, like I said, lots of minerals coming out of here. So, I think what we will do is we will do Kentarum Central. Just gotta find it. There it is. Farm Central. We'll take off the fertile trait. Do industrious and thrifty.
Situation
Okay,
log
modify. This will take 4 months because it's a 25 tile world with 25 pops. The bigger the planet, the more pops, the longer it takes. Now, Pollux Alpha. Still not too sure what we want to do here. We definitely should still specialize. Pollux 2. Pollux 2, I think we'll stick with mostly minerals, because there's a lot of tiles that generate minerals on there. And then Pollux 1A, not too sure what we'll do there. Maybe just raw science. Yeah, there's a few tiles with science, not many, but, you know, they're there. Baggio Prime, okay, so upgrade the physics lab first. Actually, hang on a second. Cancel that. Let's, that's 12 years, okay. Ooh. So let's speed this process up a little bit. There we go. With the infrastructure projects. Alright. What I should do in the future, I think after the Nation of McGruber, whatever our next stream game is, I think it's going to be difficult for me because I am a very tall-oriented kind of player in every grand strategy game I play. Civilization, Heroes of Might and Magic, etc., etc. Well, I guess that's not really grand strategy, but you know what I mean. I'm always very, like, tall-oriented. I like to hang back and, you know, just have a fairly small but very productive kind of empire to myself, and tech up. Definitely tech up a lot. It's, you know, finishing research projects and all that jazz, and then once I can tech up, I can use smaller amounts of forces to still overwhelm opponents. There we go, 6 more battleships, and we have enough Fanatic Purifier or Hive Mind. You know what? That's not a bad idea. High density munitions. Done. Okay, good. Let's do hull integrity again, because that's always a good pick. More ship hull points is always good. Let's see. Just how many hull points does a single one of our battleships have now? 2880. Huh. Interesting. Let's see here. Yeah, the base is 2400, so 2880. That's a decent improvement. Let's see if we can improve that even more. Yeah, it's fine, XTK. I know what you meant. Fanatic Purifiers or Hive Mind. I do agree that could be fun, and I should definitely play like a wide style as well, because I haven't really done one of those yet. I mean, to be fair, we've only done 2 stream games. But with the Suthari, we were very tech focused. It was like borderline identical to my Zaxxon collective, which is it's an arthropoid. What's the word I'm looking for? It's an arthropoid empire with big beetles that I've so far played in single player the most. Probably played about 20 games with that empire, that custom empire, and they're very like sit back and just tech up, and the Sutharians, that was pretty much the same. So I would definitely like to do something different. Okay, Arimadon core, we're just about done. We can probably go ahead and change things up here. We have almost no energy generation on Arimadon core, so let's go ahead and tailor them. Where is that planet? Arimadon core. This guy, he has those traits. Okay, that's fine. We'll go to people, species, modify. Where is it? Epsilon Indy Prime. No, that's not it. Arimadon core. There it is. Modify 22 pops? What? No. There's more than that. Huh. Oh, well. We'll just wait then. Anyways, I just think it would be fun to do something different. This will also give me more... That would also give me more time to play another game or a couple of games doing one planet strategy, trying to better understand how to use that effectively, because I would love to do a stream game with one planet strategy. Show you guys what that is and how you can play it yourselves, because it's tricky. It's a very different way to play, but it's pretty cool. Where is our next pop? Why isn't there another pop growing? Oh, there it is, and it's on the science lab, just like we wanted it to. Ophioglia has been terraformed into a desert world. Look at that. Okay, right on. So we've got another 25-tile desert world that we can colonize sometime in the future, once we get more core sector systems available. And it has no planet modifiers, unfortunately, but oh well. So you'd think that it'd be like, well, why aren't you terraforming a bunch of Gaia worlds? And I was thinking about that. But you know what? We have enough technologies. With all the technologies that you research into improving habitability, not to mention getting improved habitability from the dynamic ecomorphism tradition pick in the diplomacy tree, plus other things, the habitability of our desert worlds is already 100%. So why do we need Gaia worlds?
Construction complete.
Continental worlds are 45%. All right, Baggio Prime. Okay, and then upgrade. This should be the last upgrade necessary on Baggio Prime for buildings. And then we're done. Back to Pollux Alpha. Spaceport is still under construction. Ooh, hey, somebody migrated here. Okay, let's move you on to the science lab, please and thank you. So we've got 2 pops growing simultaneously. That's pretty neat. Oh, that's why. It's because they're technically 2 different species. So, this is when things get a little painful. Modify. Fact secundus. Let's do modify. Latium Prime. Modify. And there's these guys. Modify. On Pollux Alpha, we need to take off the thrifty trait and do... where is it? It's way at the bottom, isn't it? Yes, there it is. Fertile and deviance. There we go. Okay.
Situation log updated.
So this will be very fast because it's only 2 pops. But what I want to do is I want to, like, these 2 guys, they have the thrifty trait on them.
Modified.
And I want to tailor that out because I want them to have the fertile trait. So that these newly growing pops still have that nice 30% extra growth bonus, which is great on these new colonies. And now that we've tailored that, we actually have 2 pops growing simultaneously with all the same traits. Kind of tough to get that. Okay, Cantarum Central. We've already gene-tailored these guys. Let's take a look at Fact Tertius. These guys still have the fertile trait. We got a lot of science and okay amount of minerals, and there's clearly some energy generation, but not a lot. So we'll probably just want to change these to thrifty and industrious. So let's go species, boop, and modify. Fact Tertius should be 18. Yep, there we go. So let's take off fertile and go thrifty and industrious.
Situation log
There we
updated.
go. Research that. That'll take 4 months because it's it's almost 20 pops. Now our energy has dropped a fair bit all of a sudden. That's because we built those new battleships, I think. But that's a pretty significant drop. Huh. I suppose it makes sense. Yeah, 3.87 maintenance per battleship, so never mind. That's actually, that drop makes sense. Alright, so, how's the galaxy looking? Well, oh, they're coming in all the way down here now. That's fantastic. Okay, so I wonder... I'm thinking we might want to use... How many battleships do we have? 72. I think if we fill that up to about 80, so another 8 battleships, and then what we'll do is we'll design corvettes to... Oh, they already have jump drives, so that's good. Let's see, what can we give them? Sentient combat computer. What we can give them is... Actually, I guess they're already okay like this. We can have a corvette fleet that we set to evasive and just travel around in Prethoryn space, trying to draw their fleets away from our battleship fleet, which could potentially bombard planets and de-infest them. Trade deal duration expired. Oh, okay. We were just trading gases for no reason, just about. That's fine. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of people that have their borders closed to us, so it's very difficult to travel around. Why is the Visari Star Core denying access? That makes no sense.
Construction complete.
Alright, what do we got here? Baggio Prime has finished its construction queue. Good. Ooh, yeah! The Borbo system's primary has now been completely enveloped by a MacGyvered Dyson sphere. We MacGyvered a Dyson sphere. Dyson spear, wow. This Dyson sphere we made with nothing but paper clips and bubblegum. Our engineers celebrate this as a great victory, and rightly so. We have achieved what only a handful of star empires in the history of the galaxy dared imagine. The total subjugation of a star. Energy output, nominal. Look at that. Plus 400 energy generation with our Dyson sphere. It wasn't cheap, and it took a long-ass time, but we should not have to worry about energy generation for quite some time. We can still build up the size of our fleet, absolutely. This spaceport should be done, so we should be able to add modules and whatnot to it. So let's start off with a solar panel network, and then we'll just do spaceport upgrades. I'm pretty sure that's what we got on our spaceports. That'll increase our naval capacity by a little bit, I think. And we should think about colonizing Pollux 2. In fact, let's queue it up right now. MacGruber. Let's move this to... Okay, so we've already got the one... We're going to make this a mineral planet. We lose these three tiles, excuse me, that generate some science already, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and put... Where would be a good spot for this? You know what? We'll put the capital here, and then we'll put a mineral silo there. And then this one that generates two, actually both of these that generate 2 minerals already, and this one, they'll get adjacent bonuses. We'll just give it a silly name. Polluxicus, because that makes sense, right? Yeah, totally does. What is the difference between playing wide and tall? Big difference. For example, in this instance with the nation of MacGruber, we kind of just sat back and we developed unity. We adopted our traditions very quickly, got our ascension perks quickly, and the whole time we were kind of teching up on research because we have decent research output as well. So when you're sitting back and you have a very small but a very productive empire, that is considered playing tall. Playing wide is when you have a very large empire, and by large I don't specifically mean you control more space or anything like that, but more you've colonized a lot more worlds. You're probably using a few sectors within 50 to 75 years, and you have a lot of naval capacity. You have a lot of populations on your planets. and by extension, you are generating a lot of resources, but your things like your science and your traditions are not coming in as quickly because of all the extra colonies and stuff that you have. That is considered playing wide. The big difference being that when you're playing wide, like I said, you have way more planets under your control, way more spaceports to drastically increase your naval capacity. So you should theoretically, you should be able to build a much larger military fleet, since you just have more planets and more populations donating to that, and you should be drawing in. Keywords should be. You should be drawing in a lot of minerals, maintaining really good energy output, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, in order to maintain that empire. The downside, as I said, is the penalty to the cost of new traditions and new science projects because of all those, what's it called? Because of all those colonies and stuff that you have. It's greater, so your science projects won't be coming in as quickly. You'll probably be at best equivalent and sometimes inferior in technology to other empires. When you're playing tall, you can tech up faster, you get your traditions faster, and you can still have a productive empire where you have decent energy and mineral generation. Probably not as much as if you were playing wide. But the big advantage there is that you should be researching your technologies and getting your new traditions a lot faster because you have a much smaller empire. You're not colonizing nearly as many planets. The biggest and most obvious downside is when you are not colonizing as many planets, your naval capacity is a lot lower, so you're technically a lot weaker. You're a much more tempting target to people who want to annihilate you. Where do we build the science nexus? We need this guy to build a mega structure. Science Nexus site. Oh, we can put it right here. There we go. So we have the minerals. We're going to queue up for the Science Nexus. And this is another, 4 stages or so. So you're playing tall now to make sure I understand. Would you get your research by making research stations while your plants generate money, food, and minerals? Well, at this point in the game, it's kind of moot at this point in the game because we're 200 years in, and at this stage of the game, no matter how you were playing earlier, it kind of just blends together. It's the late game. Playing tall or playing wide applies a lot more to the early and middle stages of the game, namely those first 150 years, especially in the early game. If you're playing wide, you could very likely have 2, 3, 4 colonies that you're working on within 20 years. That is obviously playing very wide. If you're playing very tall, you could stick with one planet for the first 50 years. That would be playing very tall. Finally, put in a way that's easier to understand. One of these days I'll get around to actually doing a video of it. That would be something I'd love to cover. And give good examples, I should say. I've seen at least one other video of it, but one guy's examples that he provided I didn't think were very good. Partially because the one example where he was trying to show off a wide empire, it was like 400 years in the game, and he already had like a quarter of the galaxy, and it's like, well, that's kind of expected. It's like 400 years of in-game time, so me personally, I didn't think it was a very good example. If it works for other people, though, then it works. Okay, so we got a Science Nexus. That's going to take a while. How long for the Science Nexus? Yes, I always found that very confusing. The best way to look at it would be about 50 to 75 years in. If you're playing tall, you probably only have a few colonies, like maybe half a dozen or something like that. If you're playing wide, you could have upwards of 20. And if you don't have systems with multiple colonies in them, it's very possible that you're having to use sectors because of your core sector system capacity, for example. Okay, we're going to change our construction ships. We need them to move around faster. Impulse thrusters, ship-mounted tachyon sensors, shield capacitor, whatever. Hyper shields, 0-point reactors. Why not? Excuse me. There, that'll work. That's for our construction ships. And our colony ships, we need them to move faster too, so we need to give them the thrusters and the stuff and this, that, and the other thing and the stuff and the, you know, hyper shields as well, and then 3 0-point reactors. There we go. There. Okay. So our colony ship is on the way to colonize our second planet in Pollux. It's not... Let's upgrade these construction ships. There we
Ships upgraded.
Done. Once this construction ship builds the Science Nexus site, which is going to take a long time. We'll upgrade this construction ship. If you want really, really good examples on YouTube of the difference between playing tall and playing wide, check out A-Spec. He's kind of the go-to guy for Stellaris stuff, especially on PC. He's been playing it for a while. I get a lot of information from A-Spec's videos and whatnot. He's not the only guy, but he tends to cover, or I should say, have covered the most Stellaris-related stuff. In that kind of regard, for things like trait picks and ascension picks and stuff like that, you know, what's good and what's bad, and civics and that kind of jazz. I check out Stefan Anon. He plays on PC and he tends to play on like the hardest difficulty all the time. With advanced AI, enemy AI starts and this, that, and the other thing. And he's essentially, like, if you're looking for ways to totally min-max the game to try and play, like, the most efficient empire you could possibly create, then his videos will definitely help out with that. Again, he's also a PC player, though, so it's very, very possible that a lot of the stuff he's talking about isn't necessarily relevant, especially when he's talking about stuff like good and bad civics, because why isn't this pop growing? Oh, it's just not growing. Okay. I think by gene tailoring these pops to all be the same, I screwed it up, and now we're only getting one pop growing at a time. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, what do we want here? Let's do shield harmonics again. 58 months for that. Ugh, brutal. Actually, you know what? Let's just do predictive algorithms, because that'll be faster, a lot faster. And maybe we can get something like focusing arrays or flash coolant, again, to improve our energy weapons. What's the Scourge up to now? They just, the Great Kundan Coalition is just taking the brunt of this invasion, aren't they? Okay, so we wanted to build 8 more battleships. Let's go ahead and do that. Start at Epsilon Indy Prime. Pause the game really quick. Battleship, and then Latium Prime Battleship. Yanduz Prime, nope. Menchib, Elthior, nope. Fact, nope. Factually. Kantarum, that should be 4, maybe 5. Baggio. Now I gotta count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 2 more. That's fine. We'll do Kaiser Colony and Kaiser 2. 7, 8. Okay, so that should... Let's leave that for all the battleships we're going to build for now. And let's... we can start building some corvettes after that. Just a fleet of corvettes. Let's say about 30 or 40, maybe. so that they can actually, so that's not wiped out super quickly. Huh. Do we want to do corvettes? Maybe we should do destroyers. I don't know. We could fit a lot more shielding or armor on destroyers. I've had the game since console launch, watched a ton of vids, and it was never clear on a tall and wide game. The big thing to remember is that playing tall or playing wide, it largely pertains to the earlier parts. Like I said, the earlier and middle parts of the game.
Complete.
By the time you get, you know, for example, where we are, we're 200 years in, and the frickin'... What the heck? What are these options again? Wow, these are all really crappy options. Let's do transgenic crops. Increase our food production. I don't really need to. It's never really made clear. Like I was saying. At this point in the game, it doesn't really matter how we're playing now. There's no real tall or wide. It's end game, right? And it's largely the same thing that you would be doing no matter how you played initially for the first 150 years, because it's how you play. If you're playing tall, if you're playing wide, if you're doing one planet strategy or whatever, it pertains. Especially in those first 100 years, but typically your first 150 years. Printing press. The pre-industrial civilization of Tralala. Several printing presses. These machines have enabled them to produce written material in great quantities, resulting in primitive form of mass communication. A few leading figures within their society have done their best to stifle this innovation, but their efforts have thus far been for naught. New ideas are rapidly spreading across the planet with profound societal effects. A significant step. Well, it's passive observation, so... We could totally uplift them and make them our protectorate. But why would we do that? You know what we could do is we could invade them. Did you build a lot of research stations for your research? Not really. Not this time around. What I was more concerned about with this particular empire when we first started it, I probably don't have those civics anymore. Yeah, I know, they're gone. But if you go back and watch when we created this empire, or sorry, when I created this empire, it was entirely about maximizing unity generation so that we could rush traditions and get those ascension perks early. Because we first started this...
Complete.
Pretty much the same week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pretty much the same week, if not the same day that Utopia dropped. So I wanted us to make use of that, or well, take advantage of it, I should say, and be like, let's get ascension perks. Let's get lots of ascension perks really early. So the empire was built around unity generation. So the thing that I was focusing on when we were on our planets in terms of buildings was things like the Autochthon Monument, which you eventually get into heritage sites and hypercoms forums, getting art monuments from the artisan troupe, hydroponics farms, not really building lots of hydroponics farms all over the place and whatnot, but building a decent amount because our hydroponics farms were generating unity. And other things like trying to get the Ministry of Culture very quickly. And where's our capital? McGruber. Trying to get buildings on our capital that are specifically for Unity generation as well. I don't have a galactic stock exchange. What is wrong with me? Why haven't I built that yet? Wow, I'm glad I just found that out because I feel really dumb. Getting things like Xeno Zoos because those give us a bit of Unity. Frontier clinics and frontier hospitals generate a bit of unity. Visitor centers do that, and then things like the energy grid and energy nexus, you know, just putting down buildings that generate unity. Another one is the Paradise Dome. So it was just, you know, once we get our new planets down, we put a few buildings down. The Paradise Dome's a good one for generating some food on the planet, as well as some unity. Get the Autochthon Monument down. Try to get to the energy nexus as quickly as possible, or I should say the energy grid. And then, if we can, put an art monument there. Blah blah blah. So your planets have a lot of research on them. Sorry for the noob's questions. Trying to get a better understanding because I'm 200 years in and my research points are all 10. I highly doubt that they're all 10, but no, that's just fine questions. To increase the amount of science that you're getting in, yes, you need to build basic science labs and upgrade them into either physics labs, bio labs, or engineering facilities, obviously. You always want to try to maintain a balance for every new colony. There's no real set number, but I always like to try, depending on the size of the planet, I always like to try to have about 20 to 25% of that planet being some science labs. That's not always going to be the case because you'll have planets that are dedicated to producing one specific thing. For example, you dedicate a planet to generating minerals, therefore you're not going to have a science lab, blah, blah, blah. But you can make up for that by doing things like dedicating an entire planet to generating science. Okay, so we're going to totally fix the lack of the galactic stock exchange. All right, we are generating 316 minerals. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do infrastructure projects, enact that edict on this planet because we want to get that galactic stock exchange as soon as possible. 140 days. We can do better. Let's recruit a new leader. Can we recruit a new leader? No, we have the maximum amount of leaders. Unfortunate. Well, that sucks because we've got a leader right here that would increase our build speed. Speaking of which, what are all of our scientists doing? Busy commanding, busy commanding, busy commanding. I think they're all doing... Yeah, I think they're all doing assist research. So you know what we can get rid of? We can get rid of our general. Generals are totally not necessary. Recruit that guy, and then we'll go back to McGruver. Put this leader on it. Boink. Okay, so oops, I didn't mean to quit that. Go back here and replace Galactic Stock Exchange. Where is it? Where'd it go? What the heck just happened? Oh, you know what? I've used too much influence now. I was not paying attention to that. Well, on the plus side, our Galactic Stock Exchange will build in 123 days. Damn it, I forgot we don't have much influence stored. I can't believe I forgot that. I feel really stupid now. That was a stupid thing to do. It's like, oh yeah, let's do all this other stuff, spending influence to get this building that requires influence to build. And now I don't have enough influence to build it. Ugh. Sometimes I shake my head at myself because I do really stupid things. Let's see here. We're not building science labs on this planet. But anyways, yeah. So I like anywhere between 20 to 25% of the... If I'm doing it where every planet I have is kind of a general, is like a very general purpose kind of thing, and they all have like a multitude of different productions buildings on them. So like a little bit of minerals, some mining networks, some power plants, maybe one or two things generating food, and then some science labs. I always try to have about 20 or 25% of those being science labs on the tiles. So in this case, on a 16 tile world, ideally I would want to have 3 or 4 buildings generating science. Of course, there's other ways to do that. You can build research stations in space. For example, there's this one over here around this gas giant, generating +2 engineering research. The big thing to do, in case it wasn't obvious, if you're able to do megastructures get the Galactic Wonders Ascension perk, and then you can build the Science Nexus megastructure. That's a really good way to increase science production. But it's... what did we give them? They gave us monthly Newtonium ore. So I no longer have Newtonium ore? No, I do not. That's unfortunate.
Construction complete.
Okay, Polexicus is done construction, so let's just leave it. Don't really need to do anything else there.
Incoming
research agreements with other empires also help, actually. Star charts. How about we decline, because that's stupid. And we'll try something else. Great Kundan Coalition. Boop. Greetings to you, Newt friends. How goes your research? Pretty good. Offer trade deals, strategic resources. Let's give them some dark matter. We're going to do this for 10 years. 30 years, duh. And then they, in return, are going to give us Newtonium ore to increase... that's unfortunate. Increase our armor by 20%. Can we also do living metal? Yes, we can. There we go. Perfect. This seems like a fair deal to us. You're damn right it does, boy. Very good, very nice. Okay, so we need to get rid of this rally point. What we'll do is we'll put a rally point... Where can we put a rally point? Let's put it on Arimadon Core's spaceport. Let's do that. Okay, and then... Actually, maybe that's a bad idea. This giant list of science ships that we have. Okay, so let's go over to the fact system. Where are you? There you are. Okay. And we'll do a rally point around Fact Tertius, because that's pretty close to the edge of the system there. And they will be within jumping range pretty shortly. Okay, so how do we do the spaceport again? Solar panel network, observatory, hydroponics farm, battleship yards, crew quarters, engineering bay. Got it. Gotta go all the way back up. Polexicus. Oh, no, not that one. But we do need to build a spaceport here. Pollux Alpha spaceport. Okay, here we go. Observatory, orbital hydroponics farm. And then what was it? Battleship assembly yards, right? Crew quarters, engineering bay. There we go. Okay, and then we'll start building some corvettes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 worlds. If we get them to build 2 each, that's 32 corvettes. I think that'll be more than enough. So MacGruber, 2 corvettes. 2 corvettes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And yep, that's it. We'll leave it at that. Okay, so like I said, what we're going to do with that Corvette fleet, they're going to be the bait. They're going to travel around within Prethoryn space trying to draw Prethoryn fleets towards them so that our battleship fleets have time to go in, hit one of the planets they've infested, bombard it, and, de-infest it, and then run away. And hopefully they can do all that before the corvettes get caught and destroyed. So the corvette fleet will actually be set to evasive patterns. So if they ever encounter any enemies in the same system, they'll GTFO. And if any enemies actually catch them and start shooting at them and stuff like that, they will emergency FTL the first second that they can. And there's all of our corvettes. Let's wait for them to move to the rally point. I don't know if they will all form the same... Oh, it looks like they are. Looks like they are merging together. The 11th Void Skulkers. Now, can we recruit another? Oh, wait, no, we don't want to. We need the influence for the Galactic Stock Exchange. Remember, Moby? We were just talking about this, you imbecile. How many... What? I have a rival? Who am I rivaling? Must be these guys. Oh, no, no. These are the guys that we turned down their stupid vote proposal like a billion times, so... Oh, it's these guys. Okay. Kingdom of Jofemari. That's fine. Alright, let's take a look at the situation log. The Scourge of the Void. Vessels consumed by the Scourge, 1591. Prethoryn squashed by others, 1294. Prethoryn exterminated by us, 193. Oh! 3 more ships destroyed by the Scourge. 4 more ships. 36 infested worlds. It's getting worse. There is currently a battle going on against the Prethoryn Scourge, and we have no idea where that's happening. But it's happening. What just happened? Withril 2A has been turned into a desert world. Okay, remind me again when we colonized that? Or sure, sorry, terraformed that? This is taking a lot longer to terraform. 23 tiles though, so that's kind of decent. This is a very small tile world, but you know what? It's got Betharian stone on it, which is always useful. What the? Somebody migrated from Factception. Why would you do that? Oh, geez. Uh-oh. I think we've got a problem here. I got the stuff stuck in the middle of the screen bug. There we go. It's gone. Okay, we should take a look at our new planets, actually. Now that I think about it. Pollux Alpha. Okay. So, now that we have enough pops, we can upgrade reassembled ship shelter to a planetary administration and start building buildings that we want to build. Paluxicus, very different story. Nothing going on here. Once that reassembled ship shelter is done, the first thing we want to look at is where are we going to put the Paradise Dome to increase the happiness on this planet. Happiness means more production, so we want that. Let's put this guy down here. And we'll put this guy... Oops, not there. Ooh, you screwed that up again, Moby. Jeez, where'd you lose the play? Oh my god, so stupid. Paluxicus. This tile generates 2 food. We'll put our Paradise Dome here. And then everything else will just be mining networks. And we'll probably see our... what's it called? We'll probably see our mineral generation go up a decent amount. Okay, so first things first, let's have these guys go scouting. They're just going to go scout. Now, the nice thing about having all these the 11th Void Skulkers...
Research.
In fact, Tertius, need to get rid of this rally point. The advantage of having our little decoy fleet as corvettes is we can replace them pretty easily. Focused arc emitters don't care about the Curator Exploration Lab either, even though that's a super quick project. Focusing rays do want increased energy weapon damage. Speaking of the Curators, do we need to talk to them? I'm pretty sure I talked to them last night and we're good. Yep, they're still assisting us, so we're good. In fact, how much longer? Curator Insight. Expires in 400 days, so a little over a year. Okay. Mining guilds, environmentalist, and cutthroat politics. Okay. Is there anything else I could change it to? Not really. Yeah, see, that's what we had when we first made, when I first made this empire. We had inward perfection, which increased our monthly unity by plus 30%, and when we had agrarian idle, which had our hydroponics farms producing 1 unity per farm. With all the bonuses, a single hydroponics farm, I believe we were generating about 3, maybe 4 unity per hydroponics farm. And they're only supposed to generate 1, so we had a massive amount of unity generation. It was pretty sweet. Let's see. Do we have... I thought I built 32 Corvettes. Oh, there they are. They're with the second Void Skulkers for some reason. You know what? It's because they were built on that planet. That's why. Duh. Okay, so we are going to manage transfer ships. Where are the Corvettes? Oh, they're probably way at the bottom of the list. Let's just scroll through the... This is the one problem with ship management here on the console version. But you know what? That's okay. Select, select. So our 2 Corvettes are going to branch off. There we go. Now we'll go boing boing and get the 11th and 1st Void Skulkers to merge. So the 1st Void Skulkers should intercept them, in theory, and be able to merge with them. But like I said, we're just putting them over here because we got to scout this out first. If there's a large amount of Prethoryn's fleets in any of these choke point systems on the way to the worlds that they have infested, we're kind of SOL. All right, so we have our reassembled ship shelter. Now let's do our planetary capital. Excuse me. So Paradise Dome do want to increase happiness on the planet. And after that, what should we do? We should worry more about mineral production, I think. So let's do a mining network right over here. And we'll do another mining network. How about this one? There we go. We'll move this guy over here. There we go. Okay, we have enough influence now. I lost track. So here we go. Let's replace this. Galactic Stock Exchange. Once the Galactic Stock Exchange is done building in 120 days, we should see a moderate jump in the amount of energy credits we are producing. Or, well, generating, I should say. Might not be anything huge, but Pollux Alpha has finished spaceport construction. Good. Now let's go to the other spaceport in the Pollux system. Is it done? Yes, it is done. Okay, so solar panel network, please and thank you. And then spaceport upgrades up the yin yang. There we go. All right, what did we finish? Hull integrity again. Okay, that's cool. Let's see. What next? Well, we're not using strike craft. We're using 0 strike craft. These are really poopy options again. Let's see. How about synchronized firing patterns? Increased military station damage. Not too bad. Considering we have some choke point systems set up, not a bad thing to pick. Okay. Next up, how are we doing on the Science Nexus site? 80%. That's taken a while. Kind of knew that going in because we have nothing. We don't have the, what's it called? Master Builder's Ascension perk. So building these mega structures is taking a long time. That's fine. We are patient. We are the Newts. Okay, let's put this guy here, and we'll put this guy here. Oh, well, actually, he's productive there anyways. Or is he? Dun dun dun. 3.07 collected by pop, 3.07 collected by pop. Alright, well, let's leave him here because he's also getting us 1 food. Why isn't this generating more? Oh, right, because the reassembled ship shelter doesn't have the adjacency bonus yet. And neither does the mineral silo. Strange. Anyways, once one of these pops is done growing... 0.33 per month? Really?
Construction
Why is it only
complete.
Oh, well. McGruber. There we go. Look at that. Galactic Stock Exchange. And I do believe we saw a jump of about 40 points, 50 points. Something like that. Maybe not quite that much, but a moderate amount. So, no complaints. Okay, so with our scouts moving into position, let's get our battleships over here. Let's try and get that Iberia, the planet that is infested over here in Iberia. Iberia 3 Alpha. Okay. We'll see what we can do. Alright, so 11th Void Skulkers, you are the scouts. You're going over here. 2nd Void Skulkers, you go over here. Oh man, our mineral generation kind of... The vid you did on production slaves could be the good way to play. Could that be a good way to play? Yes, it is, actually. It's a very... I think it's a fairly different way to play. It's pretty fun, though. You generate... You have a lot of mineral and food production. Or, sorry, generation, I should say. You do need to worry a bit about energy credits still. But it is a very good way to play, I think. Honestly, I don't think there is a bad way to play in Stellaris, so long as you're having fun. If you are trying to, min-max and have, you know, a super productive empire with very few flaws or weaknesses, that's a different story. Why do I don't really care about that. Let's do talent acquisition again. Really poor options in the society tree. I need that, I need the one that increases our core sector systems. We traded research agreements. Well, that's over. Okay, no problem. Don't care. I think once Paluxicus, we can upgrade the reassembled ship shelter. Once we have 5 pops here, we will colonize the 3rd planet in this system. Okay, so what's happening? We want to do some upgrades. This science lab and this science lab. Absolutely. Okay, so upgrade. We'll do an engineering facility here, and we'll do an engineering facility here as well. Why not? While we're at it, we can do the mineral silo. Just because it's there. Okay. Whoa, what is that fleet doing? Aw, we've lost them. Come on. Let me see. Oh, that's your those are your transports. So these guys... 42,000 power fleet. That's not too bad. Looks like he just got beat up though, so... Clearly they were just in a fight. Oh, okay, here we go. Military stations. Prethoryn constructor. Ooh, closed board. Whoa, what? United Rothak Pact. We have allowed you to move about freely on our territory for too long. Today we draw the line. Same thing from the Hanmar Enlightened Kingdom. What? 2nd Void Skulkers was forced to return. We have lost both of our military fleets now. And our transport fleet. all of our fleets are gone until 24/18/03/16, 24/18/05/11. Okay, well, so much for actually like trying to save the galaxy and all that good stuff. Nobody wants us to. Science Nexus construction. We have now begun the massive undertaking of constructing a science nexus. The foundation is in place and preparations are underway to add to the main hub. The promise of new groundbreaking technologies and the realization of ideas beyond our wildest imaginations await. And though the road ahead is long and full of challenges, we have taken the first step. Could the endless mysteries of the universe finally be within our grasp? The future is ours. Okay, so we need to upgrade to the Science Nexus hub. This gives us 30 points of science generation across all 3 trees and costs 8 energy per month to maintain. That will increase. I believe there's the hub, there's the core labs. Sorry, hub, research labs. And then wing. I think there should be 4 upgrades. I believe there's still 4 stages to the Science Nexus. But it'll eventually be... or will it? No. Okay, my mistake. There's only 3. It'll give us plus 90 science generation across all 3 types. Physics, society, and engineering. And it will cost 24 energy per month to maintain, which is fine. See, the one advantage with us losing all our ships is we're generating 1,077 minerals per month and 706 energy per month. So these last few months were highly productive. But as soon as one of our military fleets comes back, which should be any day now. What day was it? The 16th. So there we go. Okay, we got our second Void Skulkers. They are back, and our transports I still can't believe that happened. That was really dumb. Can we send them around the other way? Or do these guys have their... Oh yeah, I think these guys are rivaling us or something, so they have their borders closed as well. Okay, so we are completely trapped. We can't go anywhere. Our fleets cannot go anywhere or do anything. So we're just going to have to sit on our fat newt butts and wait for the Prethoryn Scourge to get to us. Which is not how I wanted the last several chapters of this stream game to go. Because I think it's really stupid. And kind of boring. Alright, well, there's... Traits, Fortifier, Space Miner. Those are awful. Destroyer Focus. Oh, that's why this one's taking so long. It was a tomb world. Can't believe I didn't notice that. Okay, that's fine. Well, I feel like this is going to be... The next couple weeks of playing the Newtonians is going to be kind of boring, so... I don't know. I'm going to say, if you're watching this on YouTube, let me know what you think, if we should just continue with this game and wait for the Prethoryn to actually, you know, cut a swath through the galaxy so we can actually break out and try to take the fight to them. Or if we should just say, you know, kind of screw it, start a new game now with something else. I don't know. I wouldn't mind keep on playing this because it's been pretty fun playing as the Newtonians, and we don't have nearly we haven't messed around with them nearly as much as say the Suthari. So it would be fun to spend more time with these guys. What do we need next? We need a mineral processing plant. So let's put that. I'm generating plus 100 food now? Crazy. Mineral processing plant over here. There we go. And then we should totally check out the next planet. But, anyways. Yeah. So once this is uploaded to YouTube, if you get to this point, in the video, just let me know. Following a long period of growing support for the Quapulci Supremacy Vanguard, the Quapulci Systems has finally embraced the faction, adopting their core values and policies. As a result of bringing this faction into their government, they have become more outwardly xenophobic. In the Quapulci Systems, well, that's these guys. Oh wait, no, that's not them. Where were they? I can't remember. They clearly were not anybody of significance because I can't even find where this empire was. I think it's these guys now. Yeah, it's these guys. The Covenant of Uclap. Alright. I'm about a new game and I love watching you make me empires. That's fair, Stang. I will keep that in mind. But obviously it does depend on what people want to do. If it'd be more fun for us to start a new game and make a new empire and try something different, or if people actually want to, see this play out, have the Newtonians attempt to take on the Prethoryn Scourge, I'm up for either one. This is kind of one of those situations, one of those unfortunate situations in Stellaris where you kind of just sit there scratching your nuts until something happens, essentially. Trying to find stuff to do. Oh, unused buildings, really? Speaking of which, let's try to find... Excuse me. Let's try to find another planet where we can do some genetic tailoring. Yeah? Yeah. Kaiser Colony. What do we got here? Kaiser 2. Okay, Kaiser 2. We definitely want to do something here. Okay. There's not much in the power department. So maybe we want to do industrious. Yeah, we'll just do thrifty industrious. Okay, so let's go to the people tab, species, and it should be under this one. Kaiser 2, 14 tiles. Is that how many tiles is on there? Yes. Okay. Right, I mean 14 pops. Okay, so all 14 pops on Kaiser 2. Remove the fertile trait and we'll do thrifty and industrious.
Situation log
pause it
updated.
really quick. Modify. Research 2 months. That's only 14 pops. Yeah, it takes a long time to get this science nexus going. If we had master builders, we'd probably be about half done by now.
Construction complete.
The spaceport of Poluxicus. Let's do the observatory. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, let's do the observatory, because we're going to keep that alien science lab anyways. Then hydroponics farm. And then battleship assembly yards, crew quarters, and engineering bay. There we go. Okay, species modified. Very good, very nice. See, it's okay to go over naval capacity so long as you don't overdo it. If you're still in the positive with your energy and mineral generation like we are, then there's no harm done. Let's move them off of the... See, even when not docked at a spaceport, we're still generating 174 energy, so we still have plenty of room to build probably quite a few more battleships and definitely more corvettes. But obviously building more will still take a hit, a moderate hit in our overall production. So we don't want to go overboard. You never want to go overboard. Alright, where did this guy come from? He just migrated here, so he is thrifty and industrious. Let's put him on here. For no reason at all. Why don't we go ahead and do an energy grid? Put that down here. It would be better if we were specializing every planet in the Pollux system. Okay, here we go. We can finally upgrade this. Reassembled ship shelter. Become a planetary administration, please. Thank you very much. Geez, we have 3 pops growing here. Huh? Peace treaty. The Hanmar Enlightened Kingdom made peace with the Savix caste reclaimers. Oh, well that's sweet. You've been at war with each other this whole time. Why do I have vision? I'm still trying to figure out how and why I have vision in this system. Maybe because this planet is occupied with occupied by the Visari Star Core. I don't know. Pollux Alpha has finished its construction queue. Oh, goody. Once this pop is done growing on the mineral processing plant, we will be able to upgrade to a planetary capital. Living metal, and we got nothing in return. Okay, well, fine, screw you. Hanmar Enlightened Kingdom. Why don't these guys like us very much anymore? I mean, we have a lot of border friction, but whatever. I'm done asking. Thinking about getting on PC, blah blah, $9.99 USD Steam, 75% off. Time to go pass out hugs and hand grenades since they signed a peace deal. I am not disagreeing one bit. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you thinking about getting on PC, Rod? Excuse me. You know what? I think we could actually use more Corvettes in our little scout group. I'll just build about 8 more because I am extremely OCD and like you know, even numbers in increments of 5 or 10. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then. Well, that's your call, dude. The problem with getting it on PC is that, or just getting the base game, is that you're missing out on a lot of the stuff that you're even seeing going on in the game that I'm playing right now. Like without Utopia, you won't be able to build megastructures like this Dyson sphere. There's there's way more expansions on the PC version right now than on the console version. I suggested you get the PS4, but I'll probably end up buying it and not playing it. Yeah, that's fair. You know what you should have done? Don't you have? Didn't we get you to get Sins of a Solar Empire when it was free? You know, keep that. You already don't play that, and that's a dang good game. Okay, we are going to do. We want a mineral processing plant. I don't know which tile I should put that on. Let's put it on this one. Mineral processing plant. Mineral processing plant. There we go. Ah, you know what I should have done? I should have still done a frontier clinic. Yep. That was kind of silly. And then we'll do the Paradise Dome on this one. Okay, boop, boop, boop. One and done. Put this guy on the Frontier Clinic. That guy's on the Paradise Dome already. And then we'll just put these guys on tiles that already have 2 minerals. Oh, you play on Xbox? Yeah, I don't play on. This is the console edition, buddy. But I would say if you're interested in this game, just get it for your PS4, and I could also get a second copy of it myself. And we could play multiplayer. Ooh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I did that correctly. Okay, good. Because I know there's a few people on console that play on PS4. I'll watch my stuff. So it'd be kind of neat to get some viewers and other people in a multiplayer game. It's a very, very complex game, though. But think about it. Don't just friggin' impulse buy and whatnot, because I don't really do much on my PS4 aside from play Smite these days anyways, and that is more, and until I get a new controller, I'm probably not going to be doing much of that, because it is aggravating right now. Okay, so now that we have our fully upgraded spaceport on Pollux, we need to move on. Okay, hull integrity or high density munitions? Hull integrity is more universally useful, so we're going to go with that. Pollux 1A. We should totally colonize this one. And what do we want to put on it? I think we could get away with doing science labs. Colonize from McGruber, please and thank you. We'll just do... We'll call it Pollux Nerdixicus. And we'll do a bunch of science labs on this planet. It's a small planet. It has no planetary modifiers. It only has a few tiles generating extra science, so we'll just slap down a whole bunch of science labs. I know I remember. Yeah, I'm an Xbox player, and I have never done a multiplayer game on Stellaris. Sorry about your controller troubles. It's not a big deal. It's just the right stick has drifts to the left a little bit, and it is not noticeable in any other game that I play on the PS4. It is only in Smite. And I even edited it in the settings for Smite to reduce the dead zone down to the lowest value possible, and it still does it. Not nearly as much, but it still does it, and it makes me miss so many abilities and attacks and stuff. It's a freaking nightmare. But yeah, dude, think about it, and if you do, I will say, if you do consider it, or sorry, if you do go for it, don't just get the base game, get the deluxe edition, because it should only be $60. I believe the base game is $40 in Canadian money, of course. So probably the same for US dollars. With the deluxe edition, you get the first couple expansions, which is the first one was the Plantoids Species Pack, which just allows for more customization, so it's not a big deal. The second one was Leviathans. It adds more events to the game, more random stuff, more cool things that you can encounter. Definitely recommend it. And then Utopia, which was the third expansion, can't recommend it enough. It brings a lot of cool stuff into the game. The game is a lot more fleshed out overall with Utopia. Okay, so we really should find some more planets to terraform for future colonization. I think I should start colonizing a few of these smaller planets that I don't really care for, and just making like a big ongoing sector with them that reaches across all of our space, like this 12-tile arid world. Put that as part of the sector, and then over here in Thuban, this 15-tile desert world, make that a part of the same sector. You know, just so that we have more planets, we'll have higher naval capacity. This is kind of pointless, but we'll terraform this into a desert world. 900 days, it cost almost nothing in terms of energy credits, so, you know, whatever.
Construction complete.
Construction complete. Spaceport of MacGruber. Inactive buildings again, hey? Oh, you know what? Epsilon Indy Prime. We can totally gene modify that. We don't need the fertile trait here anymore, so we'll change that to thrifty and industrious. Yeah, plantoids, you can walk around a Groot or killer tomato.
Research complete.
Tomato. Oh, yeah. I know which one you're talking about. Focusing array is done. Let's do flash coolant next. We already have shield harmonics 5, so let's get caught up with our energy weapon damage. Yeah, everybody says it looks like a tomato. To me, when I first saw the one you're talking about the killer tomato, I thought it looked like a radish. Look up a radish and you'll know why I thought that when I first eyeballed it. But that's what came to mind when I first saw that particular portrait. Now, which one was it? Epsilon Indy Prime, wasn't it? Yes. Epsilon Indy Prime. We're going to gene modify. Species. Boop, boop, boo, doo, boo. Boop, boop, boo, doo, boo. Oh, 18 pops there. Really? What are the rest? Oh, that's the size of the planet. Duh. I thought it was like a 20 something. Just Killer Tomatoes is another movie reference. Yeah, that is very true.
Colonization in progress.
Colonization in progress. Okay, good. Good to know. Good to hear. Alright, so let's modify Epsilon Indy Prime. Take off the fertile traits.
Construction
Not
complete.
too worried about the growth speed so much anymore. Thrifty and industrious. And that's it. Modify.
Updated.
Research. 3 months. What have we finished? Poluxicus has completed its construction queue. Okay. Beautiful. This looks good. Alright, so let's just build some mining networks. There we go. It's right there. Mining network. And mining network. Mining network. There we go. Let's move this guy over here. There we go. Whoops, did not mean to. Sorry about that. I probably just made a big kind of noise. I just whacked my my headset, probably messed around with the mic. Anyways, I just realized what time it is, and I've actually been streaming for nearly 2 hours already. So, in a little over 10 minutes here, excuse me, suddenly I have the sniffles too. In a little over 10 minutes here, I'm actually going to end tonight's stream, because I do have to get up early. I have to work tomorrow on the Saturday. And the idea is, for those of you watching live, the idea is I'm going to take the little short bit that I streamed last night on Thursday, which was only about a half hour, edit that and this and tonight's stream together so that they're all one big long 2.5 hour video. And then while I'm at work Saturday morning, that will upload. Will be available about midday Saturday, probably around lunchtime or something. Species modified. Okay. Ooh, what's the planet modifier here? Increased habitability and growth speed and reduced governing ethics attraction. Ooh, that's kind of nice. We need reduced governing ethics attraction, so let's just terraform that world for the hell of it. I'm just looking at every world within our borders. I'm gonna start terraforming ones that we can afford to start terraforming. Desert world. There we go. If you can handle a real-time strategy, you can handle this game. I wholeheartedly agree. Kaiser 2. Why are you migrating again? Huh. Okay. That's fine. Okay, let's see. Pollux Nerdicus.
Research complete.
Let's check out Pollux Alpha. What have we built on Pollux Alpha? Oh, we can upgrade to the planetary capital now. Good, good, good. Research complete. What do we got? Talent acquisition. Oh, here we go. Administrative efficiency. Another core sector system on the way. And it's going to be a Dasich because there are 3 planets there. What's this? Valdari Mediators has ended their rivalry with the Great Kundan Coalition. That will change in about a month. They will be rivals yet again. Guaranteed. Look at this fleet. 197k fleet power. Very scary looking. Our 80 battleships is only rated at about 137. Okay, look. Valdari Mediators has declared Great Kundan Coalition their rival. Oh, shocker. The Great Kundan Coalition has ended their rivalry with Valdari Mediators. That's too funny. Okay, where else? I'm looking for systems. Oh, hey, there's 2 worlds in here. Ocelius, definitely want to terraform these. What do we got? Anything good? No Prethoryn stone, no Xeno Zoo. Desert world. Oh, okay, colony established. Let's just pause it really quick. Oh, Prethoryn stone here. Look at that. And this is only an alpine world. Cool. So we have a few worlds, a few very small worlds that we should terraform because they have Prethoryn stone on them. This is a really crappy tiny world with nothing on it. Ooh, whoops. Nope. We want to terraform it. There should be another one. Where was it? Was it this one? I can't remember. Planet modifiers. Plus 5% minerals. Whoop-de-doo. It's a bonus. Bonuses are bonuses. Nimbus. Got an 11 tile world here. That is really awful. It's a tomb world too. I'm not going to worry about that. Let's see, where else? There's got to be somewhere else. Oh, we've got an alpine world over here that we can... Ooh, planet modifiers. Plus 20% physics output and plus 20% energy credit generation. This is actually a pretty decent world. 19 tiles. Yeah. Terraform that. And then Coder 2 Alpha is only 13 tiles. That's kind of crappy. But there's 2 worlds in that system, and one of them's pretty decent. For its planet modifiers, we could focus on generating energy with it, or what we'll probably do is build a whole bunch of physics labs. And that will generate us a lot of science. Okay, where else? Oh, Jughum. This is a tomb world, I believe. Yep. No planet modifiers, no Prethoryn stone. 4 tiles with physics research, though. Huh. But it's a very small, very crappy world, so I'm not in a huge panic about that. 14 tile ocean world. Let's take a look. Not great. We'll terraform it anyways. If nothing else, all this terraforming, preparing for colonization, like I said, getting all these small planets will just drastically increase our naval capacity so that we can build way more ships. Big unfortunate thing, oh boy. It will be a significant hit on how long it takes us to research new technologies. But I could always build a bunch of science labs on several of these worlds, which will likely be the plan. Okay, what do we got going on here? Polyxicus nerdicus. We want the Frontier Clinic. That's right. We're doing nothing but science labs on this planet, so I can build... Ooh, whoops. Wrong tile. This one. So I could build basic science labs on every tile right now. I'm not going to, though. Basic science lab and basic science lab. We're just going to do it on these two tiles with the +1 physics research. Or +1 physics point on them for now. Anyways, my line of thinking is with this, with all these other planets being ready for colonization and whatnot. You know, like I said, we have, we actually make a few sectors, and we can use. I'm having a massive brain fart all of a sudden. We get a much higher naval capacity with all these additional planets and. Obviously, the spaceports as well. Those will be a big benefit. Geez, I just realized how many minerals we have. Holy crap. You know what we should do? We should build... How many? We should have 80 battleships. We should build another 10. I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 9, 10. There we go. Leave it at that. The Prethoryn sure are making their mark on the galaxy. I don't think... I forget how much of the galaxy they need to take over before the Sentinels event triggers. And then we get the Sentinels. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pollux nerdicus. Is there a tile for food? Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3 here. So yeah, I think I'll put the Paradise Dome here so that it also gets the adjacency bonus for the additional food generation. And that will be our planetary happiness boost. I like the sound of that. Yeah, anyways, Rod, if you're still there, which you're probably not, I got to admit that this game has... I suspected that I would like Stellaris because I'd known about it from like a couple years ago, seen a little bit of gameplay and stuff. I suspected that I'd like it, and when it came out for console, and I was all over that because I love strategy games. I really do. I play a lot of RPGs and stuff like that on console, you know. I do Skyrim. Not too long, I think just about a year ago, I did Dragon Age Origins, and that was fantastic. I love my RPGs and all that jazz. Mass Effect being my favorite game ever. But strategy games. I love my strategy games. So when I saw that this was had come out on console, I snatched it up right away, and it has been nothing but a pleasant surprise with how much I have actually enjoyed it. Because it's just super fun. And when it was said, yeah, we are definitely going to have some DLC coming out for it, I was really excited to see what it would bring to the game. And it's been extremely awesome, I think. Just Leviathans alone really fleshes out the galaxy in Stellaris Console, I think. I played it, I've only got like 2 games in before Leviathans came out, and they were really long games. And one of them I was like 600 years spent on in-game time. I owned, I easily owned about a third, close to half of the galaxy, and the galaxy was divvied up into thirds between me and 2 other empires. And it was honestly just a lot of sitting there waiting for technologies to finish, and there was really nothing else to do. Occasionally building up a few more battleships for my fleet, which eventually I built up to about 480 battleships, if I recall right. There's a video on that where I got into a giant fleet battle. But yeah, those parts of the game, that is definitely an issue. But you know what? It's still a fantastic game. I have so much fun playing this. I really enjoy. Playing this game. I enjoy streaming it.
Construction complete.
Oh, what do we got going on? Rivalry. The Black Hole Eater is crazy. I don't know about the Black Hole Eater. There we go. Okay, now we can upgrade. So let's upgrade the engineering facilities first. Then we'll do the mineral processing plant. And, oh, actually do the Frontier Hospital first. What am I doing? There we go. Okay, cancel all those. Okay, so Frontier Hospital. Want that first, then upgrade the engineering facilities for a little bit more science. This guy. What do we do with this guy? I don't know. Do I have a... I have a Paradise Dome, yeah. Sent a fleet to kill an enemy and ran into the Black Hole Leviathan. Oh, the, oh, what is that? The Abyssal Horror. He one-shot my fleet, took 50 more years to take him down than the enemy. Yeah, some of the Leviathans are really cool, and like I was saying, they just make the galaxy feel more populated, and like there's more stuff to discover. So I was through the frickin' moon when Leviathans came out, and I was actually discovering and experiencing what that expansion had to offer exactly. But anyways, we are just over the 2-hour time limit for this stream. So as you can see here, the situation is getting progressively worse with the Prethoryn Scourge, and every attempt we have made to alleviate the situation was met with, "Screw you, we're closing our borders." Oh okay. That's the price we pay for nobody liking us. Alright, so I'm going to save this game. New to stream game. File with this name already exists. Yes. And yeah, that'll be it for the time being. We are way over our naval capacity by about 100. But that's okay. We're still generating lots of energy and minerals while our fleets are docked, so it's not exactly a negative impact right now. See you later. You're just like Trump. Build that wall. Yeah, no kidding. Nightman, it's been great to see you. Next time or on Discord. Yeah, dude. Thanks for dropping by, Jeremy. I appreciate it. Rod, I'm going to talk to you on the weekend here. I kind of got to go to bed this evening. I'll probably just watch something on Netflix before I go sleep. But I got to be up early for work tomorrow. Anyways, thanks to those of you who dropped by and came to watch this live. I really appreciate it. Very active chat tonight. It's always fun when that happens. It's not very often because, you know, I'm extremely small time. But that's okay. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting sleepy. Anyways, if you're watching this on YouTube, like I was saying earlier, give me your thoughts. Should we keep going with the Nation of MacGruber and just kind of see how things play out for at least a few more nights, or should we just say screw it and start over with a brand new game? Because at this point, we're going to be doing a lot of sitting around waiting with the Newtonians. I personally would like to see things play out because I like to... excuse me. I like to have that happen. We kind of quit the Cytharian stream game a little early, in my opinion, but it was it was largely because we were starting to lose our own territory. Oh my god, now I have the hiccups. We were starting to lose our own territory to the Prethoryn Scourge, and we were the only empire that was actually standing up to them. And then our fleet got wiped out. So I was like, well, it's pretty much over. It was just going to be a slow grind down from that point, I felt. But yeah, I kind of would like to see this play out. But if you guys want something different, try a different kind of way of playing. I felt that the Newtonians was a very different way of playing, because instead of being very tech heavy, we went to rush those ascension perks, which was kind of cool. But yeah, if you are watching this on YouTube, I'll say again, check the links in the description below for my Twitter feed. That's a great way to follow me and stay up to date on important news and information, namely about my streams. You'll also find the link to my Twitch channel, which I streamed this off of. Come by and watch me stream live. I stream every Tuesday and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for at least a couple hours, and Tuesday has kind of become the unofficial official night for Stellaris Console Edition, where I'll play for at least two hours there. So it'd be nice to see more folks come by and watch live and interact with other Stellaris Console players, chatting and whatnot. And lastly, of course, there is the Discord channel. Yep, thanks for coming by, Stang. I hope I was able to help you out tonight, buddy. We'll see you again next time. As I said, the last link that will be in the YouTube description will be the Discord channel. Come on by. There's already not a huge amount, but you know, about 20-30 people, so it's still a fairly small Discord channel. But most everybody in there plays Stellaris Console Edition. So feel free to come by and possibly set up some multiplayer games, meet some other players on your platform if you play on Xbox or PS4. I know there's a couple people from both, and you know, it's a good way to set up some Stellaris Console multiplayer games. My name is Mobius Y. Thank you very much for watching. Follow me on Twitch to see when I'm going live next time. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel for more Stellaris Console Edition content. Dingle my dongle so you get notified when I put up a new video. And I hope to see you again real soon. Have a great night and have a wonderful weekend.